Hey, can I share a couple of fun things with you? My good friend Alan from New Hampshire sent me a very cool letter with custom art on it. And that makes me super happy. I can't wait to read that. I'm just saving it because here's another thing he sent me. I'll use these as bookmarks. I love this drawing he sent. That is wicked. And he actually sent me some gas money. That was wonderful. I love that gas can. So I used these to mark a place in this book I'm reading about Elvis's manager, Tom Parker, called himself the Colonel, an honorary colonel. Did you guys see that recent Elvis movie? Had Tom Hanks playing Colonel Tom Parker. Calls himself a snowman, which is kind of a carnival term. He does snow jobs. And he said, Elvis, you are the showman, and I am the snowman. I loved it. So that book is really, really interesting. If you want to learn about showbiz and what goes on behind the scenes in showbiz, how to make deals, might be an interesting book. It's pretty good. Here's another one, my friend Chad, the rock and roll dentist. He's a great dentist. He installed a bridge on my lower right jaw. He gave me this book. He bought it for me brand new. It's about the band The Cars. I love the Cars. My wife is just learning all about the Cars. She loves the Cars. Another book I'm working through is a little bit of this George Harrison guitar book. I have a best of George Harrison CD I've listened to in my car for the past week. I just let it play over and over again. And I sing along, and I just absolutely love it. And his slide guitar makes me cry. Beautiful. Here's a book that my guitar teacher, Serge, recommended. This guy taught Bach, influenced Bach. The Study of Counterpoint. I have not gotten very far with that. I'm a bad student. Here's a book I'm going back and reading a little bit of by my friend Barrett Tagliarino, Chord Tone Soloing. That's when I play solos, I usually play notes that relate to the chords versus just kind of floating on a scale. So that helps me with timing greatly. Another book I am reading. What's that? More books over there? No. This book is about pen and ink. That's the tool I used when I wrote my chord book out. And this is really detailed. It's got a lot of... this is something I'm really interested in is drawing to make it look like an engraving. This is really interesting. So this is The Artist's Guide to Pen and Ink by Tri Lee. It's pretty detailed. I'm a little bit bogged down, so I'm just jumping from topic to topic. And again, I can't focus very well, but I try. Here's another book that Serge, I think he mentioned this, or I looked it up. This is by Serge's teacher, Greg Harrison, Shred Guitar, from another Musicians Institute book, Masterclass, A Guide to Extreme Rock and Metal Lead Techniques. This has really helped, and Serge has noticed I'm getting a little more fluid with my picking. So I fixed a few techniques. So as far as pen and ink, here's a cat. It looks a little warped, but I drew this from copying from that book. All right, and more stories. What else? I had a student give me an apple yesterday. My dad would be so proud. He valued education and the just being a teacher here in Iowa. We used to be a good state for supporting education, but not so much anymore. All right, which leads me to a song. One of my students wanted to know if we could learn In the Ghetto by Elvis. Oh, did I mention? Well, never mind. I was going to give you a lame joke. I'll save it for later. So I'm like, come on, man. Let's. I always try to make people work out of the books. You know, get your chords down, get your sight reading down. Then actually have an event coming up where we're going to have an acoustic guitar strumming party on February 8th, Super Bowl Sunday. So if you're in near Cedar Rapids on February 8th, you can participate. Just bring an acoustic guitar. We're going to strum some songs between 2 and 4 p.m. And if you need to get to the Super Bowl, I'll let you out of class early. But anyway, I'm like, come on, man, we got to get ready for this event. But I thought about it, and I looked up the song. I got to admit, In the Ghetto strikes me emotionally. I mean, that's just powerful. I mean, I had, you ever get that feeling when you just, an emotion just bursts, just like flares up inside of you? I get to that point in this song every time. I have to play it multiple times to get over that. But so I would have assumed it was sort of like this is what I would have assumed. But upon listening to it, I determined it's a capo at the 4th fret, and you play a G chord. I think that gives us a B chord. Something like that. So capo 4, if you make a G, a little sharp. Here we go. Close. So this is the G that I sometimes try to get people to do that, but in this case, this type of G is great because it sets us up for this kind of action here. So this is, if let's say you don't like the song or you don't care, you might care about this G chord and going to this. Oops. That's super cool. So that's what you need to know. Middle, ring, pinky. And then you go to kind of like this A minor 7 shape. Yet you keep the G chord. So I'm using the finger style. I don't think a pick would work. Let me just try it. It might. I might be able to, you know. You could use a pick, but I'm going to try more finger picking. So before you do this, you just gotta kind of get used to. So that would be pointer finger on the 2nd string and middle finger on the 4th string. What do you call it when you got a capo on? I guess we'll call that open, and this would be 1st and 2nd frets. But physically, of the guitar, that would be the 5th and 6th frets, however you want to call it. But it's almost like a C. You're kind of going. Let's say let's simplify it. Let's say you're just gonna go. You could call that a C, but that doesn't quite sound right, does it? You know, if you didn't want to do this intricate stuff, you might go G. A minor 7 doesn't sound right. So I think it is really what we're getting at is a G chord adding a 4th and a 6th. That's one way to explain it. Or you could call it a C chord with a G bass note. That's probably more correct. But I think of it still as a G chord with that harmonic, like melody into it. Now, I'll try to describe what I'm doing. holding that G chord. That's like thumb on the bass, pointer on the 4th string, 2nd and 3rd strings open, using middle and ring to get 2nd and 3rd strings. So you'd want to get that step started. Da 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 da. The last da da would be 3rd and 4th strings. I missed. Strike 2. 3rd and 4th strings, that last. Here's 2 strings, 4th string, the 2 strings, 4th string, then I got an extra note in there. It's kind of hard to describe. Thanks for sticking with me. That's what I'm doing. Then you get to go, which is a hammer-on pull-off using 2 fingers. So thumb and index are hitting the 4th and 2nd strings, hammer on to that shape. And pull off. And it's pretty rapid. The second time, so it's a hammer on. But you start on the 4th string, then hit 2nd string, 3rd string, and then probably hit, the last thing you're going to hit is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings open. So the second half, that's the main riff. Let me try it. Let's use the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go 54. 3, 4. I forgot to breathe. All right, man. That's actually pretty fun. So that's, take the tempo down, try to get it correct, and then let's just take the tempo up a little bit. Calm down. 75. So that would be the main riff. Then you go, you know, in the song you hear like violins and piano or something. You know, that boring stuff. I'm a guitar fan, man. But still, the violins, the arrangement's perfect, really. Bass, a little bit of drums. So it's going to be a B minor. We're just going to make it a guitar sound, a guitar song. So I keep wanting to grab for a pick. I'm going to try with my fingers. B minor, C, D, back to B minor, C, D, and riff. Then a D, C, G. Check this out. D, G, D, E minor. Take a look at me. No, D, C, G. Now this. So that's like a walk down, you know, like kind of like Let It Be or something. C, G with a B bass note. You can, really all you need is a middle finger, unless you want to play second string, third fret, which does sound proper. Don't get the first string in there. A minor, then a D, or D7, back to B minor, C, D, and a G. I think it's another B minor. I'm a little lost. C, a D, and a G. D, C, G, C, D, G, D, C, and a G. Here we go. C, G with a B bass note, A minor. I do a little melody there on that second. Something like that. I was totally floating there, but I did have it written out as far as the structure, but I gave that to my students, so I'm going to have to rewrite it and make a little map for myself. And you know, that song is actually, nice thing about that song is that you could sing it without you know, going up to a high opera man level. You can, it's kind of in a chest voice for a man. You don't have to sing super high. You can sing it, will the world turns, right in your, you know, normal tone. You don't have to embarrass yourself by cracking your voice. I'm looking at that envelope, Alan. I can't wait to check it out, man. So, thanks for sending me a letter. So I got this stack of books. What am I going to do today? I don't have to play a gig tonight. Probably will rehearse on Sunday. I've got a gig next week. Normal teaching lessons, and then I do my acoustic guitar party on the Super Bowl Sunday, February 8th. I play with my Rolling Stones cover band on, Friday. I'll do a little opening set because we need like an opener because we can only do 2 hours, so I'll have to do a set. All right, man, that's what I got cooking today. So I'll have to kind of get myself organized and be productive. So I'm pretty thrilled I don't have to play a gig. Oh yeah, one last thing. It is very cold here in Iowa, especially in my house. I've taken a risk by only wearing a t-shirt and a sweatshirt. But what would you rather do? Burn to death or freeze to death? That's kind of the choices we have in Iowa. In the summer when we play, we kind of plan our outdoor booking season. We try to play like April, May, maybe early June, and then the rest of if we got to play outside, we're just like, you gotta give us shelter or shade from that sun. Somebody really went after me when I commented that my band got severe heat stroke. He said, I'm a very weak person and I have no business trying to perform music and all this, and how that, it was like I didn't take care of my body and I'm weak, and just really got personal because every guy in my band almost keeled over after playing outdoors, and the sun set and it gets at a certain angle where you're just absolutely frying to death. We had cognitive issues. We were so hot. Our faces looked like melted candles. We're just like, what is happening? Finally, the sun went down a little bit. We were able to recover, but man, it was really bad on stage. So, you've got either that or, the sub-zero, absolutely bone-chilling cold. I don't know, man. I think I'll take the cold. I'd rather just, lay down under a tree and pass away from freezing to death. I think my body would go numb at some point versus just the agony of burning to death. That's my choice. So here we are in Iowa. I hope you're doing okay. Hope your temperatures are manageable wherever you are. So have a good day. Keep practicing. Let me know if you need me to square up that in the ghetto a little more. But yeah, capo 4, G to that kind of C shape. Just start there. Thanks a lot. Take care.